Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited to be trying out the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. So this video is going to be my first impressions of using the foundation, trying it for the first time, seeing what I think of it. So if you guys want to see my first impression / review of this product, keep on watching. First things first, this is the foundation. This is the box it came in. I bought this off of Sephora and I've waited and waited for them to get my colour in stock. Well, the lightest colour in stock. And finally they got it. And I instantly was like, give me that. I don't even care how much it costs. I just need it. Because I've been looking for this foundation, or my colour in this foundation, for so long. Every Sephora I've gone to, when I've gone like overseas or even to like Sydney or whatever, I've always looked for it and they didn't even have testers when I went there. It was so annoying. I was like, oh, I just need to try it. I want it so bad. Because I've just heard amazing things about how full coverage it is. And I finally got my hands on it. So yeah, this is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. I bought the colour number 10 Ivory Light. I believe 10 is the lightest colour that you can get. That's why I was just waiting out for that lightest colour. So it comes in a little box like this, and then the product itself looks like this. It's almost like a little pill kind of shape, but it's got frosted glass and a little cap that actually comes off. So you pull the little black cap off and then you get your little product inside. It doesn't have a dough foot or anything like that. It's literally just like a little plastic applicator. It's gorgeous packaging. It's really nice and heavy. It's glass as well, so it makes it feel really luxurious and high quality, which is really nice. To start, I'm going to use the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. Spray this all over my face. And then I usually go in with another primer because I don't think it works by itself like completely perfectly. So I use the Too Faced Hangover Primer with it. I'm just going to do one pump in my hand. So I've never actually opened this new foundation before, so I'm very excited to try it. And I'm hoping it's going to be the right shade because I haven't actually tried any. I haven't even seen it yet. So, ooh, the lid like pops off like that. And then you've got your little bit that unscrews. There's like a little dotter on it. Cool. The instructions say to shake it first, so we're going to shake it up. And then it says, using dot applicator, place 3 to 4 drops on face. For best results, start with less and blend before adding more. Okay, so 3 to 4 drops. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. This doesn't seem like enough, but I'm hoping this will be good. I'm just going to use my beauty blender because I feel like this is my favourite way of putting foundation on. So let's just dot him around my face. Those little dots kind of set, so I think you have to work kind of more quickly with this maybe. I have a feeling, like it's doing a good job of covering, but I have a feeling I'm going to want to use more than 3 to 4 drops because I like it very full coverage. But it's blending out really nicely. Like once you get over the initial like lots and lots of dots, it does blend out pretty well. I don't know if you guys can tell. Maybe if I do that, can you see that a bit better? The colours and everything. In the camera it looks really good. In real life I can still see like all my freckles and stuff, so I'm actually going to use more. Maybe I'll do it my classic. There we go. Need a bit more Fix Plus on my sponge. Oh yeah, that's more like it. I think the instructions say use a brush to blend it, but I prefer beauty blenders forever, so I think I'm gonna try it with a brush at one point, but no, that's not today. In the camera I look so white. The colour is actually amazing though. Like, I reckon for you guys it looks quite white because I think it might have a little bit of like that, a little bit of flashback or something like that, where it's like glowing white in the camera. But in real life, this looks like such a good match for my skin. I am very impressed already. Oh wow. Because if you've been watching me for a little while, you know how hard it is to find a colour that matches my skin. Oh my gosh. Because I am literally like ghostly white. Wow. So it has definitely more of a matte finish to it. There's not a lot of like glow to my skin. It's definitely, yeah, more matte. But wow, that is flawless. I'm pretty damn impressed, to be honest. And even though it's matte, I have very dry skin, so I find matte foundations look very like cakey and very like they just enhance those dry areas most of the time, whereas this isn't doing that at all. Wow. Like I get quite bad dry spots just here underneath this eye. I usually get like eczema and stuff like that in that area, and it's not picking up any of those kind of dry areas, which that's amazing. This is full coverage, like really, really good. Wow. This is almost, I'm gonna say, this is almost as good as my like airbrush foundation, if not better, because it's not so thick looking. Like it still looks really thin. Wow. Okay, well, let me have my moment for a second. I'm going to go in with my MAC Pro Longwear concealer underneath my eyes because that's my favourite concealer to wear, and we'll see what they look like. Ooh, we'll see what they look like together. Alright, I'm going to go under my eyes. And I usually put concealer all over my eyelid as well, almost like an eyeshadow base. Wow. In the camera it looks so full coverage, I'm so happy. In real life it definitely looks less harsh than it does in the camera, but wow, I love it. Wow. I keep saying wow. Even the concealer blended really nice into it, even though the foundation has had some time to kind of set a bit more, so that's good as well, because it doesn't have that funny line you can get sometimes when your foundation and your concealer don't mix together properly. Those two work really nicely together, so I am thoroughly impressed. Usually matte foundations look terrible on me, but this looks so good. I think the thing I like the most about this foundation is the fact that it's extremely full coverage, but it doesn't look like I've got this thick layer of foundation all over my skin. It's just a really, really thin amount, and it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look dry, it looks really natural, like a really natural matte. I'm just going to set under my eyes with the NARS translucent powder. Okay, one thing I'm noticing is where I've put powder, it has oxidized slightly, and this is just translucent powder, so it's made those areas a little bit darker. Not crazy amounts noticeable, but it's just something to keep in mind. Let's put a little bit of powder all over, why not? I'm going to use Too Faced Misdirect. Okay, so with powder it's obviously very, very matte. I feel like it doesn't have quite as nice of a texture. It's still really nice, like this would probably be really great if you had oily skin, but because I've got dry skin, whenever I put powder on my face, it usually accentuates those dry areas. This isn't doing it too badly though. So I don't think I would want to put heaps of powder, it's just like enough. But even then, like this area here, it doesn't look super dry either with powder. So, oh wow. I'm very happy right now. I'm very, very happy. And then what I usually do is then go over with Fix Plus, just over my normal face routine. So I'm going to do that. Ooh, I lost a drop. This foundation is too expensive to be wasting drops. Alright, let's do the rest of my face and then we'll get back to the review. So, my first impressions of the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation. Super full coverage. I would use more than 3 to 4 drops like it says, but at the same time you probably don't need it super, super thick to make it full coverage, which is really nice. The price point is you know, it's one of the higher end foundations. It's quite expensive. But then I compare this to some of the stuff that I've bought previously, and I would gladly pay that much for something that is this full coverage that you don't really need a lot of. So this would last a really long time. The colour match is probably one of the best colour matches I've ever seen on my skin. It is not too yellow, it's not too pink. Against my neck, I feel like it blends in really nicely, even though I'm still really white on my neck. It's actually the closest match foundation I've ever tried, ever. So that's pretty impressive for something that is this full coverage and to have that good of a match for me. Usually full coverage, you kind of sacrifice the fact it's not going to match exactly perfectly because you can notice it more. So that's 10 out of 10 for that. The finish is nice. It is a matte finish though, so I prefer more of a dewy finish, so I might even just use more of like Radiance kind of primers beforehand. But even though it's matte, it's not drying out my skin and it doesn't feel thick or heavy or like my skin's getting dehydrated, which is awesome as well. Even the texture just looks really, really natural. It doesn't look too full on, especially on my forehead where I usually get really bad like creases when I make expressions. There really isn't any creases yet, which just shows how little product you actually need to have that really full coverage. I'm really impressed actually. I was kind of expecting this to be either like a really big hit or miss, and for me it's definitely a hit. So if you guys have tried this foundation or were thinking about trying it, please let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions as well. Any tips and tricks as well to make your skin feel really glowy while wearing a matte foundation would be great as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of little first impression review thing. If you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you could follow me on Instagram, that would be awesome as well. Other than that, I hope you all are having a really great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!